setting the tone for the country's development. Premier Li Keqiang set the GDP growth target for this year at between 6% and 6.5%. He looked back at what's been achieved. GDP grew by 6.6% last year, exceeding 90 trillion yuan. He admits the country faces mounting uncertainties in the international economic landscape. He called for more innovation and vowed to deepen reform in various sectors.
We deepened reforms of state capital and state-owned enterprises and made new gains in upgrading and restructuring SOEs and in improving their quality and performance. In addressing difficulties and issues encountered by the private sector, we used every feasible means to help them address problems.
In addition to the overall macroeconomy, the work report also reiterates the government's commitment to the state-owned enterprise reform and the support for the private sectors, in particular, the funding available for small and medium-sized enterprises.
I hope the government can reduce tax and fees on small and medium-sized enterprises so that they can make profits.
I hope the measures on easing the business environment for small and medium-sized enterprises could be implemented in full.
In laying out future tasks, Premier Li vowed larger-scale tax cuts. The government will deepen the value-added tax reform, reducing the current rate of 16% in manufacturing and other industries to 13%, and lower the rate in transportation, construction, and other industries from 10 to 9%. He promised to further open up and foster international economic cooperation and competition.
We will open more sectors and improve the scope of opening up, continues to promote opening up based on flows of goods and factors of production, and give greater emphasis to opening up based on rules and related institutions.
Policymakers will seek to create 11 million jobs this year, and the surveyed unemployment rate in urban areas will be kept at around 5.5%. The spillover effect of interest rate hikes in the United States and uncertainties arising from trade disputes among major powers risk driving down global economic and trade growth this year. Li admits that China, as a result, will face challenges, making these targets set today all the more important.
Businesses across the country are turning on the lights to encourage consumers to spend the night out. A visit to a light show or a nightcap at a popular restaurant are just some of the activities night owls can enjoy.
I was here last night and I'm here again tonight. I think the light show is great and full of cultural meaning. The food here also is very good. The taste is unforgettable.
And it's not just light shows. More cities in China are encouraging museums, shopping malls, and convenience stores to extend their opening hours to the early mornings to get more consumers spending at night. A 2018 report by Chinese ride-hailing company Didi Chuxing showed the company's busiest hours in Beijing were between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. A 2017 report from food delivery platform Ele.me has similar results. The company ranked Beijing as one of its top Chinese cities for ordering food late at night. And more cities also have turned to light shows to encourage late-night spending.
In recent years, cities like Xi'an, Qingdao, and Singapore have been trying to build up the local nightlife scene by attracting consumers with these light shows.
Last year, in the southern coastal city of Guangzhou, nightly light shows attracted over 200 million tourists. That's a year-on-year increase of 9%. Total tourism revenue that year came to nearly 41 billion yuan, an increase of about 11% from 2017. With greater numbers of consumers turning to after-hour services to fuel growth, it's only a matter of time before more cities are lit up for nighttime activity.
The lifeline for Indian-controlled Kashmir's summer capital Srinagar is Dal Lake. Thousands of people rely on the income that comes from the beauty of this lake. The suicide attack on a convoy of Indian paramilitary forces last month did not start tensions between India and Pakistan, but it did sharply escalate them. Riaz shows Kashmir through this boat, locally known as shikara. Shikaras are a part of Kashmiri culture. Riaz is the third generation in his family to continue this tradition.
Since I started my business, I've never known what will I earn. I have seen problems in Kashmir over the last 30 to 40 years. Some years it's good, and like this year, it's bad. This is now part of our lives.
This is a floating market of Srinagar, extremely popular with tourists. Of course, at this point in time, because of the entire tensions, there are very few people here. For people like Riaz, who have been working here for generations, by now, they are pessimistic. Houseboats that double as hotels are all empty. The last time Kashmir saw reasonably good tourism was 2015. Since then, every year, the visitors have dwindled. Binish Shah runs a popular 7-room homestay. She started the business in 2010. Born and brought up here, Binish says many in Kashmir have given up hope the conflict can be resolved.
Long-term solution to the conflict that would of course bring peace to the valley, but I've grown up. I've been listening to the same thing over the years, but now the more I see of it, the more I find that it'll be more distant, the solution. But yes, that would be an ideal solution. Everybody has become over the years skeptical, pessimistic.
Since 1947, India and Pakistan have fought wars over the Kashmir Valley. Militancy has kept the state on the edge. For the people of Indian-administered Kashmir, a lack of economic opportunities has led them to become resentful. And until such time the conflict is resolved, the people of Kashmir will be caught between the two nuclear-armed neighbors.
History, culture, music, and costumes. Combine them all and you've got the Venice Carnival. Every year, thousands from around the world flock to Venice for this festival, packed with daily events that hardly leave enough time to explore the treasures around the city. But many Venetians say that attending the Venice Carnival is not enough. They say, to feel it, one must participate in the carnival. One of the best experiences of the carnival can be achieved inside an authentic atelier where costumes are available for rent or purchase. Handmade costumes are prepared by Venetian tailors, each with beautiful accessories that are completed with masks to hide one's identity. Fabio Momo is the co-founder of the Tiepolo Atelier, which also organizes the Tiepolo Ball.
In Brazil, so you have wonderful shows of costume. Here, but you look at the show. Great, but you look at the show. Here, when you wear a costume, you are at the center of the attention. You are the show.
Johann, a German tourist who has been attending the carnival for the last 15 years, is enjoying posing like a star, or in this case, like the moon.
The spirit in Venice is still there, the spirit of carnival, and people really want to make beautiful costumes and kind of artistic costumes, and when you meet people in the street, everybody's so happy to see wonderful costumes, and that's fantastic.
Fabio says the balls that take place during the carnival are unique in nature.
In the party with the costume is an elegance. You can recreate an atmosphere very elegant that without costume is not possible.
As the sun sets in Venice, quiet returns to the streets and people start to get ready to attend special events. And when the night begins, guests are greeted by red carpets and glasses of Prosecco, Italian white wine.
Balls of the Venice Carnival are exclusive and tend to take you back in time, as costumes are mandatory to enter the party. This one is taking place inside the famous Pisani Moretta Palace that was built in the 15th century, and Music Chamber welcomes guests with classical pieces.
To make the night even more mesmerizing, guests relish a meal within a candlelit saloon. If it weren't for the smartphone capturing selfies, a scene that could certainly be mistaken for one of ancient Venice.